So, that's crazy. I was addicted to drugs for several years and just made a lot of bad choices in my life. I did all this to myself. I think that's the hardest part. It was nobody else's fault but my own. And then we started going to church and I got saved and I gave my life to God and I met my wife. It was just, everything kind of fell into place. And this was, honestly, every time I looked in the mirror, this was the last part. It seemed like I'm looking in the mirror and this is the last remembrance of all the bad choices that I made. Every single time I looked at that. That's what I think of, honestly, bad choices. Getting these teeth, it changed everything. It made everything better. The issues I had were just unbelievable pain. I was in a lot of discomfort. My quality of life was really bad. Sick all the time. A lot of pain that I was going through. I was unable to eat, didn't feel good. A lot of days spent trying to figure out what was going on. The problem started getting worse over probably 2 or 3 years. And that last year was getting really bad. I was having to spend a lot of time at the doctor's office. They were sending me to have different tests and scans and different things done. It aesthetically looked really bad. They were falling apart. I would bite into certain things and they would just explode. They would break, fall apart. They were falling out. The ones that weren't falling out all had holes in them and cavities and they were really brittle. I couldn't eat anything. I had to eat only soft stuff. My wife had to cook me special meals every night because I couldn't eat what everybody else was eating. My wife, she's my best friend. She's everything to me. I would not have done this without her. She pushed me to do it because I wanted to do it, but to actually take the time to do it, she pushed me. She wanted it for me probably more than I wanted it for myself. Socially, I've always had a big personality, but always self-conscious with my teeth, never smiling, always, if something, laughed or if I smiled, I always covered my mouth, covered my teeth. I got really frustrated emotionally. Obviously my wife and God helped me get through all that, but it was just struggling through not being able to have answers, not being able to get a solution, not being able to know what to do next. The office people here are incredible. They're amazing, from the people at the front desk, the nurses, the doctor, Dr. Morton. I've been to a lot of dentists in my life, and I have a history with drug addiction, and that's one of the first things that, when your teeth are messed up, you're already self-conscious when you walk in, and they make you feel here like nothing's wrong. I don't know, you feel normal. That, the other places I had been, nobody had any answers. Nobody knew what to do. It just seemed like they wrote it off that it was just gonna, I needed to get my teeth pulled out. But he seemed like he had a plan. He seemed like he knew exactly what we had to do to get completely better. And I was confident that he was confident. My biggest fear the entire time was leaving without teeth. I didn't want to get my teeth pulled and have an extended period of time with no teeth. And he assured me that I could leave the same day with teeth. It just seems surreal to think that I had teeth immediately, instantly. Even with having just went through the surgery, I could instantly eat better. I could already smile better. I just felt so much better automatically. I think that was the instant reaction was just relief that it was done, like it had happened. It took me a while, looking in the mirror every day, smiling, not used to smiling. I had to actually learn how to smile. I had to practice in the mirror with my wife, like, does this one look okay, or does this one look, trying to learn like what my smile was. I never had one. The functional improvements are the best part. That's to me personally, that's my favorite part. I can eat anything. The day I got my permanents, my wife bought me this huge box of all these candy that I couldn't eat, all these snacks I couldn't eat, peanuts and just all these things. I still find myself sometimes trying to pick my food, trying to make sure I don't get anything hard or too crunchy, but I can eat anything. I can eat anything I want. That's my favorite part. I can eat anything I want. That's amazing. Best decision that I ever made.
It has been such a blessing to see him smile and laugh, and it's been awesome.
I know. His smile fits his personality now.
Yeah,
so
it does.
It does.
That's something we were talking about the other day, just how much you guys checked on us after all of this, just making sure, is he okay? Is he healing good? That has been such a blessing, just how comfortable you guys have made him and me, and
of course, and
we're so
I'm
thankful.
glad you